reception for the Canadian Cancer Society Relay for Life here in Sackville. And I see many, I was going to say old friends, long-time friends and acquaintances.
You didn't say that old word.
Yeah, no. People have been around for a short period of time, and those who have been around for a long period of time. My name is Steve Craig, and myself and Lucille Reed, Mary Marston, and many others have started the Relay for Life here in Lower Sackville, just after 1 in White Pond. So that's how long it's been. And does anybody remember 1 in White Pond? So what was the first meeting that we had? The topic, the hot topic at that time was the weather. So I said, okay, fine. Right off the bat, I will take care of the weather. And ever since, until tonight, I've taken care of the weather. But seriously, welcome everybody, welcome survivors, welcome caregivers, welcome all of you. First of all, how about a nice round of applause for Donna Hutchison, who has been our... Thank you very much. And also, too, we have many volunteers who have made this a special evening for us. Let me give you a quick rundown of what's going to happen this evening. We're doing the survivor reception while people are outside, making sure that the track is ready at the track, the route we're going to follow, and also getting some other things ready. There's a silent auction over there. So this evening, we're going to, in a second, listen to a survivor story by Ed Boulter. And Ed will talk, and he's got some display here. I guess we can do that. If I can get up there and line up my ears, you can see right through, and we'll be able to see the presentation. And then after that, at 6:30-ish, 6:25-ish, something like that, we're going to have a group picture. Have you noticed the pictures in the back? Yes. Aren't they wonderful? They are absolutely wonderful. And those are what we've been taking for many, many years. And it's nice to be able to look back and see, wow, look at all the people who are still here. Sadly though, there are people, when I look back over these last number of years, people who are no longer with us. And we honor them with your presence here this evening. That's the reality of this terrible disease we call cancer. However, we are here tonight. We are fighters. We are doing our very best to live up to our full potential. Whether we're 8, we're 62, or younger. What we've got is a case of, though, a disease that requires a lot of attention by a lot of people. It's preventative in some cases, smoking, so to a degree. And there are other things that doesn't matter what we do, it's going to take us in time, some of us, a lot of us, especially as we live to get older. That's the reality of the human body. However, we don't have to go silently into the night, as they say. We can fight this little bugger all we can. So, having said all that, I'm going to invite Ed up here to say a few words. Please join me in welcoming Ed, and we can hear his story.
Well, hello everybody. My name is Ed Boulter. I'm a cancer survivor, and I'm a photographer. And you're going to hear how these two worlds have collided. Well, first of all, I want to say that I'm honored to be here, and I want to thank everybody involved, and I want to thank all you guys for sitting here and listening to me. So, I got squamous cell carcinoma. Anyone else? Anyone else get squamous? No? All right. Well, anyways, it was a tumor on the back of my tongue. And I didn't notice it until it was stretched out and had metastasized into my neck. And I just woke up one day and there was a lump there. And I had recently taken up painting with acrylics. And I thought maybe I'm allergic to the paint, so I'll go to the doctor and see. So I went to my family doctor, and he played it safe and said, we're going to send you to an ENT doctor, ear, nose, and throat guy. So I go to the ear, nose, and throat guy, and he did a biopsy. And then I think it was a few days later, on my 35th birthday, he called and said, yeah, you got cancer. And I said, yeah, but we found it pretty quick, right? We're good to go, right? He goes, well, no. what you saw on your neck there was the second one. So it's metastasizing, it's spreading, so we need to get you in, and we need to start some radiation pretty quick, because you only got a 40% chance of beating this. And I thought, well, 40 is close to 50, 50's not bad, I'll go with 50. And that was my mindset. I just went, and probably everybody here has a similar story. The easy part of cancer is going through the radiation and going to see the doctor and then going to do this and going to do that. So what I had was, I had to get down and get 4 blasts of radiation, one here, one on the front, one on the back. And I had it in the morning and I had it in the afternoon. It was part of something called the Hardwin's protocol. And it was an experimental thing, and it was a lot of radiation, I'm told. My aunt is a doctor of dental surgery and said, buddy, you should be glowing. That's a lot of radiation. And I lost 57 pounds, and afterwards, the ENT doctor said, we're going to do a neck dissection. And it's just a surgery here. We'll cut you open, we'll take that last tumor, and we'll be good to go. So I get put to sleep, and I'm expecting to wake up with this big operation done. And I wake up, and he goes, we got a problem. The radiation didn't work. There's still cancer in there, so we're going to have to split your jaw open. We're going to cut it up like that. We're going to reach down in and take those tumors out. And I was a little freaked out, so I go back to the other hospital that was doing the radiation. I said, what? What's going on? Like, you said, hold on. The radiation worked. The ENT doctor was looking at radiated cells, and he thought they were cancerous cells. So try to calm down. We're going to do the neck dissection. We'll take care of you. So I did the neck dissection, and they took care of me. And then for, I don't know, every couple of months or so, I would go back and I would get my checkups. And after 5 or 6 years, it was 5 years, I don't know, I got the clean bill of health. And they said, listen, buddy, we don't need to see you anymore. We don't want to see you anymore, so beat it. And that was 2006 or 7. And I haven't been back. So that's my cancer side of my story. How are we doing? Fine. 2 or 3 more minutes? All right, so while I was going through all that, I had taken up photography. And photography has been something that really helped me a lot through my downtime, because I can tell by all these yellow shirts here that you guys probably have a similar story where you had radiation or you had chemo or you had a surgery, and then they tell you to go home and relax. And that's when the depression comes in, right? That's when you sit down and you go, oh, what just happened there? Like, what? And so for me, one of the things that I gravitated towards was photography, just being able to take pictures. And at the time I lived up in Ontario, and I lived around the corner from a horse track, and I would go over on Sundays and I'd take pictures of horses. And it was a really easy and gentle way to get into photography, because every time a horse looks at you, he's smiling. Right? You don't have to say, come on, give me your best smile, come on, smile on me. So anyways, my photography progressed to there. And when I moved back to Nova Scotia, I joined the Sackville Photography Club. In case you haven't noticed, John's a member of the Sackville Photography Club. Here, Denise, and someone in the front, Joan, and yeah, so we're everywhere. So after a while, I was getting comfortable with my photography and I was getting good at it. And then a friend of mine said, you should take pictures of Michelle, because she's got cancer. And Michelle was a lady that I went to school with. Michelle wanted to go to a beach. Michelle was between radiation, between cancer and chemo and radiation. This was right after chemo. So the thing with Michelle was she had no hair, she had no eyebrows, she was puffy, she didn't look good at all. But because I had gone through the radiation, and because I know what she was going through to a certain degree, she trusted me. So I said, let's go and do a shoot. So we went to her favorite place, and that is Lawrencetown Beach, and that's Michelle. She loved it. Now hold on a second. So I had a lot of fun. I started putting out the offers for free photo shoots for fellow cancer survivors. And over the next year or 2, I got a few people that wanted to get their picture taken. And to be honest, it was fun, but the pictures were just kind of simple and quiet portraits, headshots. And it was good, but it wasn't really exciting. But I was still going into the photography. I was still going to the club. And what I was doing, unbeknownst to me, I was making a little network of people. I met someone who was a wardrobe lady. I met someone who was a makeup artist and a hair artist. So one time, I put the request out, I want to do a photo shoot. And I got an email from a lady named Bonnie. What's that mean?
2 minutes.
2 minutes? Okay. All right, we're on the home stretch here.
Yes.
So Bonnie said, I want to do a shoot. I said, okay, I'm ready. We're going to go down to the kitchen.
Oh, I did it too fast. Oh my gosh. Don't look at Bonnie yet. Okay.
So Bonnie had never done a photo shoot before. She had multiple myeloma. She had no hair, or very little hair, and her eyebrows were just coming back, and she wanted to do a photo shoot. So I decided that the theme of the day was going to be, she was going to be like an action hero, doing a casino heist. So I got permission to shoot down at the casino, and I brought hair, I brought makeup, I brought wardrobe. I didn't bring hair because she didn't have any. She didn't have enough. So no hair on this one. I brought lights, I brought an assistant, I got my friend to bring down his custom-built 1974 Triumph Bonneville for her to sit on. And she went into the room to get her hair done, or her makeup done, and her wardrobe, and when she came out, she could feel it. She walked out, and 5 minutes into her first ever photo shoot, I get this.
Wow.
So for the next couple hours, Bonnie forgot all about cancer. Next one. She was in remission. So I did this. Some people are inspired by magazine covers. Me as a photographer, I'm inspired by movie posters. So I knew before we ever got there that she was in remission and that I was going to do something like that. And because Bonnie does ride motorbikes, she's pretty comfortable up there. Next one. We got permission to go. We got permission to go up on the top level of the parkade, and I bought a little paintball gun from my friend, and I say, "This is how a cancer survivor leaves the casino." If anyone thinks they want to catch up with her, next one. Well, you better think again. So one cool thing about this, it's kind of hard to see, but right behind Bonnie, I've got my wardrobe lady tossing out poker chips, and you can kind of see them falling over.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I do now with my photography is I gather up other cancer survivors and people who are connected to cancer, and we go for a couple hours, we forget all about cancer. Next one. Eric has, I forget the terminology, but bone marrow cancer. So he's not as big as other boys his age. His mom told me that he was texting his not his girlfriend, his crush, the girl he wanted to be his girlfriend. And she said, I don't date boys smaller than me. Think about that. So we made him the coolest kid in school. I hope she sees that picture and goes, oh, I should have went on a date with that guy. Ah! Next one. All right, so we don't have to talk much about this one. It's kind of hard to see, but the FU cancer, because some people feel it that way, and everybody thinks about it differently. Next one. So this is Trevor. Trevor, back in the day, was a very accomplished tennis player, and the next couple of pictures you're going to see are where we've gone out with a full crew. And I'm going to stop for a second and say that the awesome lighting technique that you see here is courtesy of Denise. Denise is my lighting lady, and she is so good. If I say I want some Rembrandt lighting, but wait, I have to move 2 feet. Denise is moving 2 feet. She's right there. She's perfect. So the thing about Trevor is he's got brain cancer, and he just had radiation, and he forgets a lot of stuff, and he's tired a lot of the times. But he came out to this tennis dome in Truro. And at one point I was taking this picture, he was volleying the ball back and forth with his tennis partner. And I thought, that's it right there, like, it's not about me and the camera, it's about Trevor right now. Because if we didn't organize this shoot, Trevor would be home thinking about cancer, but right now, he's forgot about cancer. He's thinking about tennis, he's back in the day. He's just volleying it back and forth, but I thought that's it, like, that's what it's about. It's forgetting cancer for a couple hours a day, and open up the shirt because on this day, that's how courageous and strong Trevor was. Next one. So quickly, Sheila has basal carcinoma, and she had a big, huge scar down the front of her face and one across her nose. And part of her treatment was they took a flap of skin off of her forehead and they put it on her nose. And she was going to have it on there for 3 weeks. insurance company called and wanted to know if she could go back to work for 3 weeks.
What?
Squeeze in a few weeks of work while that flap of skin was across her nose. Yeah, crazy. So, the makeup lady said, what about if we make a poster for a music festival? Because Sheila loves her music. And the wardrobe lady said, what if we get her standing on a motorcycle? I'm writing notes and how do we get her standing on a motorcycle? I don't know. But the thing I love about this shot here is that none of these are my ideas, but we collaborated, we got a warehouse, and we went out there, and for a couple hours, Sheila said, not tonight, Cancer. I'm forgetting all about you, Cancer. And she had loads of fun. We're almost done. Next one. All right, Zoe. 9-year-old Zoe with inoperable brain cancer. Saying F you to cancer the only way a 9-year-old girl can. We got her dressed up as a warrior princess. It's kind of hard to see, but she got a sword in her hand. And we went down to the South Shore to a farm where we had a horse. And we got her up on the horse, and she's waving her sword at cancer. Denise? Yeah. Take the reins, conquer cancer. And, step it, there's one more. Alright, so I'm pretty close to done. I'm going to leave you guys with 2 things here. I'm going to leave you with an ask and an offer. Okay, the ask is, for me, photography is something that I love. And what I've done is I've taken photography and I found a way to help other cancer survivors. And it's fun, and it's really cool, and I've got a great team, and we go out and we forget all about cancer for a couple hours. So if you guys have a passion, if you have something that you love to do, find a way that you can help other cancer survivors with it. Because that way, we can all forget about cancer for a couple hours. So, the other thing is an offer. My offer is to you or to anyone you know. You want to talk to me and throw around some ideas for a photo shoot, then track me down on this website, and I'll most likely have Denise on the lights. I've got some makeup people, I got hair people, I got wardrobe people, and I know lots of people. So.
Is that on here?
No.
You can catch him through that website as well, the Sackville Photo Club website. The answer at the bottom, the email at the bottom is events@sackvillephotoclub.com. If you wanted to write an email to that about it, just we can get you in touch with Ed if you don't remember that.
I'll remember that.
I tried to come up with something that was easy and short to remember. edbphoto.ca.
And I didn't remember what your last name is.
Boulter.
Boulter.
Yeah. So, that's how I say F you to cancer, by going out and forgetting about it for a couple hours.
Give me a second. Wasn't that wonderful? F you cancer and the bike and feeling free, being accelerated, and thank you Ed for doing that. That's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you for speaking this evening. What we're going to do right now is there's still little refreshments. However, we need to move outside so we can get some photographs before we move over to the field. But before you go outside, please make sure you sign the banner at the back. So
Hot air ballooning.
Where?
She lives she lives in Truro, but I'm going to mention you then.
Yeah, send her my website. There's a lot of. She can contact me. Put it to her this way.
Come down the ramp, my dear. Yep, no, I'm waiting for it. You're gonna come right here. Yeah, the lady right there, let her scoot her in, Steve.